welcome to another edition of KatSoup, the best and worst of internet humor on the radio. I'm Kat.
My headsets are falling off. Now I'm Alex.
Okay.
Okay, they're okay now.
Did your ears shrink or something?
I didn't want the thing to go over on top of my do.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, yours looks good.
I use it to cover up the gray. It works out really
gray?
well.
You don't have any gray. What?
No, I don't, thanks to Denise.
A special shout out to Denise. Thanks, Denise. I need a hairdresser is what I need.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Can I go to her?
Oh, you should.
Is she local?
She's amazing. Yeah, she's up by Summit Mall.
I always thought you went to Boca Raton to get your hair done.
Adams.
But you don't.
She's amazing. I fly down once a month to get my touch-up. No.
Oh.
No.
I would go to her.
I only get my Botox in Florida. The hair up here. No, I have been going to this woman for like 35. Is that right? 35 years? 45 years, Denise? Yeah.
Wow. Since you were 2 years old. That's amazing.
Yes, I know.
Amazing.
So, today's show.
Yeah, what is it?
It's got a lot of teeth in it.
What do you mean? Teeth?
This show is for you. Because
it's like dog bites.
Because you, out of nowhere, texted me, or did you call me and said, what about, and then you mentioned this topic, and I went, I don't know. And then I looked it up, and there was all kinds of weird, funny, strange stuff about it.
Oh, you mean about the soap opera?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Yeah. I didn't know that you went to town on it.
Oh, I did. We got a whole show on it, and I actually put together a script-ish thing.
I know.
Yes.
This is amazing. I thought this was the Stowe telephone book, but it's actually a script.
Yes, it is. We'll get through like 2 pages because we talk so much. So, Dave, do you know who Barnabas Collins is?
Sure.
Of course, Dark Shadows. I used to run home from school. A bunch of us used to run home from school.
Yeah.
So that we could watch it. I think it was on at 4.
I liked his ring. He had a ring, remember?
No.
This big black onyx type ring, and there's a big story around that.
Oh,
yeah.
I wish I would remember that.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. So in case you don't know what Dark Shadows is, this is, I found this great website called whenitwascool.com.
Okay.
So all kinds of old things. Old things like us. So the original Dark Shadows series ran for 1,225 episodes, spawning a media franchise to include a House of Dark Shadows, a feature film released in 1970, followed by Night of Dark Shadows the following year.
Really?
A 1991 for television remake, and a 2004 pilot episode. Tim Burton's 2012 film starring Johnny Depp and returning cast members, and enough spin-off novels and comics to fill Collinwood Mansion. Here's a review. This is a review-ish. I think he likes it. I'm not sure. But this is a review from a guy named Carl Stern. There was a lot in there I didn't know.
I don't know. He says Dark Shadows was before my time. Dark Shadows ended its run 4 months before I was born, which I guess... Oh, is this me talking? Dark Shadows ended its run 4 months before I was born. No, that's not me. I'm older than that.
Okay, here's a review.
Him talking.
Here's a review from a guy named Carl Stern.
Oh, Carl Stern. Yeah, he's the old guy. Okay. Well, if I could continue here. I don't even know where I left off. I guess it adds even more to the mystery right here about the series. To me, this is him talking.
Uh-huh.
I've heard those older than me talk about the series my whole life. And when I was younger, I saw a couple of episodes somewhere and thought it was the most ridiculous, overacted nonsense that I had ever seen. That's a little dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just goes to show that sometimes things need a second look, because I've just finished watching a run of about 50 episodes of Dark Shadows, and I think I love it. Well, I watch it on Tubi.
Yeah, and how many episodes have you gotten through? No, that's when you called me. I think you were watching it on Tubi.
Well, I watch it late at night, and then I get really tired, and I think I've watched about 11 or so.
Oh, okay. But you got a long way to go.
Yeah, I have a long way to go. But
1,214.
These are in black and white. Did they go to color? These are ones I'm watching.
There's something about it, actually, later.
Okay.
Make no mistake, Dark Shadows is still extremely overacted, and so are the reviews, apparently.
Yeah.
The story moves exceedingly slow. People often fumble through their lines, and several of the characters are as shallow as a murderer's grave.
Yeah, I like that.
But there is something oddly hypnotic about it. The excruciatingly slow build has charm. The show is set at a fictional Collinwood estate in Collinsport, Maine.
Yeah.
The Collins family. I wonder if they're important there. have apparently been rich captains of industry in the area for over 200 years. It's not really clear how exactly they came to be so wealthy.
Yeah, henchman Willie Loomis breaks into the mausoleum of wealthy members of the Collins family, and it's so cool. Kathleen, when he opens up the coffin and a hand comes out and grabs Willie by the neck, and I'm like, he just did that last week, didn't he learn his lesson? And so anyways, it's an effort to steal jewelry rumored to be buried with the dead there, the Collins family member. Now, Willie Loomis accidentally stumbles upon a hidden chamber inside the mausoleum, which hides a coffin wrapped in a locked chain. Okay, now you have my attention. Willie breaks the lock off and opens the coffin, and a hand from the inside throttles him. And the crispness of the white shirt, it looks like he's never been dead. You know what I mean? It's just pressed perfectly, the ruffles of his shirt.
Wow.
I thought it was Prince at the beginning, but it wasn't. It wasn't, Dave.
So continuing on, sometime afterward, a man named Barnabas Collins arrives in Collinwood, claiming to be a member of the Collins family from Europe. He looks exactly like his great-grandfather, Barnabas Collins, whose portrait hangs beside the front door of Collinwood. Of course, spoiler alert, it turns out that this Barnabas Collins is one and the same as his 200-year-old ancestor because, and it takes forever to tell you this, he's a vampire.
Yeah.
He was unwittingly allowed to live in the old house portion of the Collinwood estate.
I love the show when he's standing next to the portrait and they're talking to him.
Going, they kind of look like, he kind of looks like that portrait. Okay.
And when he leaves, they say, he looks like that portrait. And the other person says, no, he doesn't look anything like that. And by the way, this is not Collinwood in Cleveland. This is a fictitious Collinwood.
That could be a whole different soap opera.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's got some bite to it.
So my trivia question from the day, for the day. And this is from an article titled 14 Dark Shadow Facts. We're not talking about all 14 of them. With bite from Mental Floss. Dark Shadows acquired a large teenage fan base with some of its frilly collared actors appearing in the pages of Tiger Beat.
Oh, I remember Tiger Beat. Did you have a subscription to that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I had a subscription, but we used to run to Young Fellow Mart, Young Fellow Drug or something like that to get our Tiger Beat and 16 magazines.
Yeah.
The centerpiece of the show, Barnabas Collins, was meant to be short-term character. Did you know that?
No, I thought he was an integral part of that series. Really?
No, he was supposed to only be in one episode. But that episode boosted the ratings of the show by 62%, so they made him...
That's why I watched.
Yeah?
Especially Barnabas, when the fangs came out, remember?
There's something kind of sexy about that. I mean, not the fangs necessarily, but the whole vampire dark man.
He never changed his clothes. He's always had a cape on and everything. Barnabas, he always, I don't know, looked the same. Well, special effects were low budget, of course, and camera operator Stuart Goodman, remember him? He covered his lens with plastic wrap and then dabbed Vaseline. This is a trick in photography.
This is what Dave does probably, right?
Yeah, every morning. Every morning. He dabs Vaseline on the edges to create a haze. That's a little trick, their dreamlike visual. So it worked, to emulate actors being trapped in a blaze. Goodman would simply put a bucket in front of himself and light it on fire. Now, Dave did that last night. I can tell you that right now.
Okay, he does that. I heard he does that every night, pretty much.
Only on Thursdays.
Okay. And anyway, in answer to your question earlier, Dark Shadows was the first soap opera shown in color.
I didn't know he was only going to be temporary.
I know. I didn't either.
Huh.
Mentalfloss.com would not lie to us.
That's a good site.
It is a good site.
A lot of good information on there.
So, do you know why it's called a soap opera?
Well, probably I would assume they're sponsored by soap companies.
Exactly. It originated from radio dramas, originally being sponsored by soap manufacturers. The term was preceded by horse opera, a derogatory term for a low-budget Western.
A horse opera.
A horse opera. So here's a
Wilbur.
question. Yeah, here's a question for you. What is the longest running TV soap opera in the U.S.?
Oh, wait a minute. The longest running. Oh, you mean is it General Hospital now? Because
I don't know.
They've been running for a long time.
No, Guiding Light.
Oh.
It started in 1937 and ran 72 years.
Oh.
Until 2009.
I never watched Guiding. That was only for older people watching Guiding on CBS, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch that one.
People used to watch their stories.
I didn't even watch that one in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were reading Tiger Beat.
I was reading. No, that was in high school.
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
I gave up Tiger Beat by the time I got to college.
You're right.
I think once I could drink.
Once Rick Springfield came off the cover, that was the
There we
one.
go.
When he got a
Yeah,
little older,
I was
then
out.
That's
I was
the
out.
end of that. Yeah.
So I have a weird top 10 list. This
as
is
opposed to
yeah, really. Thank you.
unweird.
This is from teletalk.com. And did you know there's a whole bunch of television shows that refer to fake soap operas in the shows?
Oh, yeah.
And this person made a list of them.
Okay.
Like SCTV, remember Second City TV?
Sure.
The one that they always referred to was the days of the week.
Yeah, right. And
This one, I know you've heard this one.
Well, on the Carol Burnett, remember, as the stomach turns.
Yep.
you know.
And then Johnny Carson. I still remember the sketch, The Edge of Wetness.
Yeah. I don't remember that. I didn't watch One Life to Live, but Fraternity Row. That's an odd name for a soap opera, isn't it?
It would be a very specific soap opera.
Yeah.
The Simpsons. It never ends. Ever.
I like that one. What's this one on the Muppet Show? Veterinarian's Hospital.
Southern General Hospital, because they're animals.
That's a good one.
This one, I don't know where it's from, but the sun also sets.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
The Burdens of Desire. That's from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Now, that was a cool show. Did you watch that, Dave?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I love that show.
Yeah, that was a great show.
And then Melrose Place, Restless Hearts.
Oh, that's a good one, too. I love Melrose Place. Remember that one?
No, I never watched it.
Oh, okay.
I can just shut you down, can't I?
As the world ends. Where's that from?
I don't know. It didn't say. And then I love this one. Never a tomorrow like today.
I wonder what that's from. There's no.
It didn't say.
That's a good one, too. And the number one fake soap opera name used in another TV show is?
The Old and the Worthless. That's so sad.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
I like those titles. The Simpsons one cracks me up.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
What was that?
Good. The Simpsons one? It never ends.
It never ends.
Never ends.
Love it.
I found a few jokes. Typed in jokes about soap operas, and I actually found a couple.
About soap operas?
Yeah. This is from UpJoke.
Okay.
Which is kind of a cool site because you can go on it, and they have these jokes, and you can either vote them up or vote them down. And according to that, I guess they take them off. And then there's the ones that are blurred out, and you have to say you're 18 or older to read them. And they're always kind of a disappointment. They're never quite as spicy
it's like with
as
Vaseline.
I was thinking.
They're kind of like,
So what's the name of the soap opera about a seabird that moved rapidly around and around?
What's that?
As the Turn World.
As a Turn's World.
As the Turn's World. Yeah, tern. A tern is a bird.
Tern? I never heard that.
Tern, yeah, it's a bird.
I never knew that. A tern?
Yeah.
T-E-R-N.
T-E-R-N is a bird.
Oh, okay. I'm not big on science.
Okay.
You were learning that science? I don't know.
Yeah, that would be science, I guess.
Remember that. Okay, well, did you hear about the soap opera that only has specialists, Kathleen? Kathleen, don't drink yet. It's called Specific Hospital.
I like that.
That's a good one.
Okay, this is a story joke.
All right.
You get to be one of the characters, the teacher. You get to be the teacher.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. A small boy named Mike lived in a tiny Irish village. All his classmates hated him for his stupidity, especially his teacher, who was always yelling at him.
You're driving me crazy, Mike!
One day, his mother went to check out how he was doing at school, and the teacher told her honestly her son is simply a disaster, getting very low marks, and that she had never seen such a dumb boy in her whole career. His mom simply couldn't accept it, and she took her son out from that school. She even moved to another city.
Oh, my gosh. Well, 25 years later, that teacher got a cardiac disorder, and all the doctors advised her to go for an open heart operation, which only one surgeon could perform.
Left with no other choice, she went for it.
Yeah.
And the surgery was successful. And when she opened her eyes, she saw a handsome doctor smiling to her, staring at her face, which started turning blue. She was raising her hand, trying to tell him something, but in vain, eventually died.
Oh, my gosh. Well, the doctor was shocked and was trying to understand what had just happened till he turned back and saw our friend Mike working as a cleaner in that hospital who had unplugged the ventilator to connect his vacuum cleaner. That's like the janitor in our building. He's the same way.
And if you were thinking that Mike became a doctor, you've been watching too many soap operas.
That sounds like a plot soap opera.
So the janitor in your building unplugs people's heart monitors?
Yeah. No.
Oxygen systems?
He vacuums the hallways on each of the floors, and if I hear him vacuuming, I'll go to the floor. Because he's around the corner, I'll unplug it as a joke. And then he comes around and he says, "Oh, you know." But he'll unplug it.
You're lucky that's all he says.
Well, he turns around, then I steal his wallet.
Okay,
and then that's the end of that.
Okay.
There's a happy ending to that.
Of course you do.
You need $20.
No, you cannot have $20 at all. I never set a timer, so I don't know how much more time we have to talk. But who knows?
I can talk forever.
I know you can.
I'm just teasing. No, you can't. What?
So anyway, tell me your favorite episode of Dark Shadows that you've seen so far.
Well, I think the first one was the best one. I really enjoyed the hand coming out when we first see that hand coming out.
The first time.
Yeah, and just before he goes to choke Willie Loomis from the coffin, they cut for a commercial. Isn't that funny?
Of course.
But they're only a half hour long.
Yeah, but you tune back in, right? So you could see what was happening.
Yeah.
And who was the woman?
I was going to ask you.
Angelique Bouchard.
Yeah.
I don't remember who she was played by.
How did you remember that? That's pretty good.
I looked it up when I was writing the script.
You remember that top of your head. I'm like, Angelique Bouchard.
I'm sitting here and I'm pointing at a script, and I've even got my finger under the name that I'm writing. And he said, "How did you know that?"
I'm so focused.
Alex.
I'm laser focused right on you, Kathleen.
Uh-huh.
Your knowledge on Dark Shadows. Why, do you have a favorite Dark Shadows episode? See, I'm just starting it. I don't remember it as a kid because I went and watched the whole thing.
Yeah. I remember the first time he bit someone.
Oh.
And I think it was Angelique. But I remember that first was like, because I was naive as a child, and I didn't realize he was a vampire. And I remember the first time he bit someone, I was like, "Oh, he's a vampire."
What did you think he was?
Just a guy with a cape. Like Phantom of the Opera without the mask.
Well, my sister thought he was the Ohio Edison meter checker, so I don't know.
No.
But it's funny. It always takes place in like the, in the mansion. Usually it takes place in the, what do you call it? The entryway.
The great room.
Yeah. And they had so many episodes there. And I thought, why don't they change it up a little bit, Well, they do sometimes. They're out in the graveyard and things like that.
Yeah. In his room.
Yeah.
Where the coffin is.
Well, the guy, that Cagney and Lacey, the guy, remember who played on Cagney and Lacey, played Harvey, the husband?
Oh, yeah.
He was Loomis. He was the first one on Dark Shadows to appear, the character. He was Willie Loomis.
Ah, okay.
And
that's making sense.
A real young, 22-year-old.
Yeah.
But the bar is a kind of a interesting place, too.
The walls are talking. What was that?
That's the intercom.
That was the intercom. Okay. Thank you. This is a radio station in here. Thank you so much.
I like how they used to go into the bar, and the character would come in, and nobody would drink. They would just sit down at the table. What? Nobody would order a drink. And then they would get done talking and then leave.
That wouldn't go over well in Highland Square, would it?
No. They'd say, what are you drinking? Yeah.
So do you remember, I think this might have been Tiger Beat, but they knew that teenagers were reading about Barnabas, and their mothers were reading about Barnabas.
Really?
So they had a contest where viewers could win a date with Jonathan Frid.
Really?
Who was Barnabas. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He went on no dates. No.
Really?
Yeah, it turned out he did not go on any dates. They had thousands and thousands of women who would want to go on a date with a vampire.
With teeth or sans of teeth?
I don't know.
Did he have teeth sometimes? I can't remember. In the episodes, it's usually when he's about to bite somebody, you see the teeth come out. I wonder if he wore those teeth in regular scenes. I don't know.
Oh, I read something about that. And he couldn't talk with them in.
Oh, see?
And so he would have to do the lines.
That makes sense.
And then they would have to cut, and he'd have to put the teeth in.
Well, how did you react the first time you saw him? He was
I told you. I was just kind of like, oh, he's a vampire.
My sister.
This makes so much more sense now.
I saw once my sister freaked out. She had a blood-curdling scream. When he put his teeth in to bite somebody. It was like a blood-curdling scream.
Oh,
I ran into the living room. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? And she saw him, with his teeth and bite somebody. But what does he do?
It would have been really funny.
Yeah.
If he would have done it and the teeth would have stayed.
Yeah. Well, what do you do? I mean, do you turn off outside, away from the camera and take your teeth out and then continue with your scene?
They just stopped. I don't know. They probably stopped the camera for a moment.
Isn't that with what's her name who had dentures? Martha Ray? I wonder if she did that.
Martha Ray.
Denture wearer. It's on her gravestone. Remember her, Martha Ray?
No.
Oh.
Who's Martha Ray?
She used to do denture commercials. Right, Dave? Yeah. She's, hi, I'm Martha Ray, actress and denture wearer. I'm like, is that on her gravestone?
Okay, so what would be on your gravestone? No, I probably shouldn't go there.
Irritant. Agitator. Famous agitator. I don't know. Well, go ahead. Make it clean, Kathleen.
I just think it's I told you so. Kind of, flatline phrase over everything. I told you so.
That would be on yours.
That would be on mine. Oh, you want me to predict what would be on yours?
Yeah, we're talking about me, Kathleen.
Are we on the air?
Are we?
I think that's what I want on your gravestone. Can I put that in your will?
Yeah. Are we on the air? Are we on?
Yes, we're on. We're so on.
Well, you're so calm all the time. I never know if we're on or if we're off the air until you get up and turn off the Facebook thing. Then I know we're off.
Acting.
And usually turn off the Facebook thing and you turn back and you usually say, you can shut up now.
No, I don't. You
No,
never
you don't.
said that.
No.
No.
I should record when you turn it off. That would be fun. I want to do that next week.
I think Dave has the camera running.
I think it does too. Oh, we can have a mini documentary about you.
We could do outtakes though.
I think
you could do a reel of outtakes.
And we'll play it at the Christmas party at the end.
At the KatSoup Christmas party?
Yes.
Because we've had that now for 13 years every year. That would have been a great idea. Well, we kind of did this year, except you didn't show up.
I didn't?
No, you sent your friend, Kobe.
Oh, that was a KatSoup. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was
just my
That was Christmas Day. Yeah, that was Christmas Day.
Evening.
Oh, yeah. I went to eat with Dave and his wife and a bunch of people at a restaurant in the morning, but I did not get sick from that food. It was only till in the evening, just before your party, I got sick. I don't know what happened to me.
Preemptive save from eating my food, maybe?
No. And by the way, we talked about last week. Thanks for all the food. She gave me 2 bags filled with authentic Italian food, actually.
Yes.
And it was really good. I like that bean salad. That was really good.
It's called pizza bean salad because it's supposed to have pepperoni in it, but I'm vegetarian, so I didn't put the pepperoni in it.
That would be good in summertime, too.
Yeah, it would.
For people, do they eat that in Jersey in the summer, too? Or
I don't know. They eat beans all the time. But the dressing on that was cool.
Oh.
It was hot honey.
Oh, is that what it was?
Honey and chili pepper and champagne vinegar.
See, I love that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
No wonder it tasted really good. I think Kobe liked it too. I don't know. Did he get some of it?
He wouldn't take anything home. He said he doesn't.
No.
He said he doesn't do leftovers.
No, he ate cookies. You gave him cookies.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did give him
He said, did you eat your cookies? And I said, well, a little bit of them. And he said, I ate the whole thing. I loved it. And so that's good.
See, I invite people back when they tell me that my cooking is good.
Yeah. He enjoyed himself. He really did.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not a spokesperson, but I would have enjoyed being there.
Kobe, who owns Walk in the Park and Neon Nachos.
Who?
What's his?
Oh, Neon Nacho.
Neon Nacho, and what's the other thing? Probably $5.
Yeah, probably $5 over there in the
the dollar store called Probably $5.
Yeah, and you're in Firestone Park. They're the Walk in the Park Cafe, the Neon Nacho, and then his Probably $5 discount store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can be found there.
Cool.
And oh, that was 5 minutes.
We have to explain that.
I waved back to him.
Yes, he had 5 fingers.
Hey, guess what I found?
He was not waving to you.
Kathleen, I was going through stuff over the weekend, and I found a picture of me from 1981 at Ashland College holding up a cue card. I was in Ashland College's, what do you call it? Their they're advertising their promotional book. That
Really?
They passed out, to students or people who want to, attend National College. But there I am in the studio.
Oh, I want
with
the
headset.
picture.
And I was a camera operator too.
I want the picture because
And
we were there. We were there together.
I had long hair and everything. I have to show that to you.
I remember the long hair.
Yeah, it cracked me up.
I had a perm.
No, really?
Oh, God, yeah.
It looked natural.
My mother used to do that to me.
A therapy session now.
Yeah. Things my mother used to do to me. There's a show.
That's a next show. We don't have enough time for that
things
one.
my mother used to do to my friends, too. No, mostly she fed them.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, after we were done with the soap operas, she would,
Is that how you learned, like, a lot of these dishes? Like,
yeah, oh, my mom, yeah. We had one of those houses where you had dinner, like seated dinner every night, and there was a salad, and there was an entree, and there was a dessert every night.
Did she have a menu card? Remember how you had that?
I did that for my party, though.
I know.
No, she didn't do that, but yeah,
Kobe took a picture of that.
Everything was nice, and we had to set the table, and
which
really was funny
good.
because it was three of us, because my brother and sister had grown up and left by then.
I said, Kobe, you took a picture of her menu card? He goes, yeah, look at this. This is really cool.
I like to warn people about what they're eating.
I think it's really nice.
Because when you walk into a vegetarian vegan house and you never quite know. Yeah.
I'm not really allergic to any type of food. I don't think I am.
Just people?
No, I love people. I'm a social person.
I've noticed
most of the
that.
time.
I've noticed that.
Only when we do this on Fridays. Other than that, I'm a recluse. I go back into the closet. Don't say anything. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you were going to say? I thought you were going to say something.
I have a couple more jokes.
Okay,
Actually,
go
no. These are bumper stickers about soap operas.
They have bumper stickers?
Yes. Redbubble. I typed in.
About soap operas?
Yeah, bumper stickers about soap operas.
That's
from
funny.
Redbubble and eBay. This one. This might be on my gravestone. My life is a poorly scripted soap opera.
Oh, I can see that on a bumper sticker.
That's true.
How about this one? Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera. I don't know if that's a bumper sticker. I don't.
That's a long bumper sticker. You have to be at a red light to write.
I have Fiat. That won't fit on my car.
No, it would take up
That
the
goes
whole
all the
bumper.
way. Yeah.
If I wanted to be in your soap opera, I would have auditioned.
Ooh.
There's my next line.
Oh, that's a good one.
There's my next line for the
That's a
next
good
guy
one.
that does something stupid. So I wrote about this in my other blog, which is datapalooza.com. Did I tell you about the guy that asked me what I thought I would accomplish by having coffee with him? I said, do you want to have coffee? Well, what do you think that's going to accomplish?
What's that mean?
I don't know.
What did you say? What's it come back to that?
I said, well, we figure out if we like each other. And his response was, well, everyone likes me. I'm thinking, well, there's one person here that probably doesn't. Yes, that was Dating Adventures for last week. Yeah, what do you hope to accomplish? Yeah.
I've never heard anybody say that.
I don't know. Anyway, that's all we have for today.
Oh my gosh.
I have one Dark Shadows factoid.
Oh,
that's Dave.
Speak.
Dan Curtis, who produced Dark Shadows, would later produce the TV series The Night Stalker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And he later went on to become editor of Tiger Beat, didn't he?
No.
He did. No, he did it. He did it.
Anyway, as I was saying, I'm Kat.
And I'm Alex.
And together we're Read the
KatSoup.
Script. No, Read the Script.
We're living in a soap opera, Kathleen.
No. Together we're
KatSoup.
the best of internet humor on the radio. Why? Why do I do this?
Oh, God, another fun-filled
I don't know.
show.